In this video, I just want to quickly talk about some options that we have in the edit post page because and pardon me if I'm actually repeating myself because I'm doing these videos like 2 weeks apart, so I'm not sure what I've actually spoken about in the previous video. So if I'm repeating anything, then just pardon me because I can't keep track on these things. I do a lot of videos. If you look on my website, I do programming videos. So I talk a lot. So I'm not sure which one I'm repeating myself and which one I'm not. Anyway, so as you can see, we can one option that we never used to have is this ability to edit the link. So for example, if you have a title here, if you have a title to a post and it's very long and you're actually not comfortable with it to be the permalink, you can change that here. Once you change it, say OK. You can view the post by clicking on this link. You can get a short link, so you just have to copy this and you can send it to someone. And the status of your, even though right now it's published, but we can still change that. We can disable it. We can say it's pending review or draft, and when we click that, if we click draft, for example, it's going to stop it from being published, so that means someone will not be able to see it. And we can change the visibility of it from being a public. We can make this to be a sticky post, so that means when we make it sticky, it will always be at the top. Even if you write another post, that it will override that post to always be at the top of that post because it's a sticky. That means it's gonna stick at the top, so it's not gonna move down the line. You can password protect it. So for example, if you write a very sensitive post that you want only your wife to read, maybe a page where you've put some of pictures that you don't want anybody else to see because they shouldn't be looking at it, you can password protect that page. That's not the best way to do it, I tell you, but you can password protect that page. Then you have to give the password to, it's going to ask you for the password, then you can give that password to the person that you want to view, or you can make it private and publish on the, okay, this is cool. Sometimes say I'll give you an example of a station where I've used this. If you want to change the date and the time when the post is published, you can do that. I mean, having that control was good because there was a time that I didn't write post on my personal blog. I have a personal blog and I haven't written a post in a long time. So one day I sat down and I wrote about six to seven posts, and it doesn't look good to say. I wanted to separate the days apart. I wanted it to look like I'm writing one a week. So I was able to change the date and the time of the post, and it was kind of cool. I can change the date instead of, now we posted this today 11 sorry, on the 2nd of November, so we can always change this to be like today. We can make it look like we just written it today. So that's a cool option to have. And if you don't like this post, if you think you could have written something better, you can move it to trash. Just click on it and it's gonna, oh no, it didn't even ask me, and that is not cool. But because I have an option to restore it, so let's do that. Let's restore, or you can delete it permanently, as you can see. So that was not cool. I was waiting for it to say, are you sure you want to delete this post? But it didn't give me the option, so you should be warned before you can anyway, you have an option to restore it, or you have option to delete it permanently. Tags, I'm sure I must have spoken about a featured image. Not every not every theme use the featured image, but this particular theme, and it didn't come, it might come with a feature to use this featured image, but I have set it up in my own way. I've actually modified the PHP code in such a way that I can add a featured image and it's going to show at the top of my post. So if you want that code, I might send it to you to look exactly how my website look. and this option is only is particularly for the theme that we're using. So you might not have it, so I'm not going to talk about it. So the solo stream post options, if you have the solo, if you have been following, I've used the same theme that I use, then this is option for that theme. Otherwise it's not something that is default to WordPress. And I am not sure if it's anything. Let's look at the screen options at the top here. Oh, as you can see here, you can disable what you want to show. You can actually show comments, you can show the author, the cost, the send track backs. Remember when we were doing the settings, when we're doing the settings video, they said each one of these things can be modified by itself. So let's enable some of these options, then look at them, then we're going to remove them again. So okay, as you can see, I've enabled a lot of them and they're going to show here. So we have the excerpt. So if you want the excerpt to show rather than the full post, you can put the excerpt here. Send trackbacks to some URLs. We're going to talk about trackbacks. You can call this is a custom field that you don't have to use a lot. This requires some kind of knowledge of using them. Let's close that. Remember, each of these fields you can open or close by clicking on this arrow on this side. So discussion, if you want to allow people to leave a comment, and you also want to track back those comments, remember you can, if you don't want anyone to leave a comment on this post, just select that and no one will be able to leave a comment. So by default it's selected. You can add a comment to this particular post. So let's see, add a comment, and you can leave a comment on it yourself. You can change the author of this page. If you have so many different authors, for example, if you have 3 people writing for your blogs, you can change it to any of those authors that are available. So these are some of the options, and I hope so. Let me actually disable the one that I think I don't want to use the except, the central backs I don't want to use it, custom fields, nope. Discussion default is fine, comments, nope. Author I don't want to change there. So these are the cool ones that we use. You can change the number of columns to be 1 or 2, so now we have only 1 column and everything else is at the bottom. So depending on your preference, I prefer the 2. Let's close the screen options, and I just want to point out this particular area of the edit post. So I hope that is useful, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.